This cup final is shaping up to be a highly tactical affair. Many would argue that Pyramids hold the upper hand heading to the second leg of the final. They essentially do that 1-1 draw in Pretoria that gives them crucial away goal advantage, meaning they don't have to chase the game but to consider they are taking game in. It's hard to imagine them sitting back at home. They're likely to complete the job. However, on the other hand, Sundowns won't roll over. They know that they and won't allow Pyramid to dictate the tempo simply based on the first leg result. That being said, Sundowns have their work cut out if they are to overturn this tie. Expect any high stakes encounter, the kind of a match that will swing on the tactical discipline. Pivot at Mokoena and Alenda both excel at controlling the tempo, pressing smartly and progressive. Sticking with the trusted midfielder trio of Mokoena, Alenda and Adams might be more balanced option. Preserving structure while ensuring midfielder control. In that case, developing Zwane and give Sundowns more floor dominant attacking setup. But however, Zwane on the bench again. Cardoso was really sticking to his gun. This was a big call everyone was watching heading to this final. He could either backfire or leg. Most of his Pyramid wind attack come from his flank. His defensive discipline will need to be was already way to keep that missed chance of mid-June. It felt like a defining moment, a possible turning point in games of this magnitude. With a razor team marking, those must be taken. Both of Pyramid's goals come from Sundowns' defensive lapses and getting punished for your mistake and not capitalizing on your chances. You don't win final, simply to climb even more. So far, a team that hasn't been free scoring, they scrabbled through the quarterfinal 1-0 on aggregate, equal to semi-final aggregate. I agree this has been asking why, and having watched them closely, Pyramids have played with expressive attacking throughout the tournament. They have been dynamic, explosive, cut loose in any of their knockout ties, and even the group stage. Look that aside with so much Pyramid express. Miguel Cardoso Titi was not up to the scratch since the first leg. Secondly, his experiment format in the first leg left much to be desired. It was the first time in the history of Sundowns to see a format of five defenders and 3 midfielders and 2 strikers. The combination was only on paper, no combination played until the last 3 minutes before first half and the last 5 minutes before end of the second half. The central midfielder by Lebuza and Gekan has once collapsed when matters even. This is not a game of many chances. You cannot afford to miss such a chance even if we see Obra Modiba and Lebo Lebuza under pressure. There are a lot of happening on their side. But what is it? Also, Sundowns is trying to get a goal. Sundowns needed a plan B from the coach. Second half, after they have identified their plan, then also bring Chambers one so that the midfielder going forward can be good quality. But football sometimes, if you didn't see a save that was made by Martinez, Argentina goalkeeper in the World Cup, against a round of applause to African goalkeepers as we do to European goalkeepers. That was a good save, good pass by Ribeiro and good save by Pyramid's goalkeeper. Question. And I think he should take the full blame for the defeat. How come a player who never played any league game make a debut to the final? Since joining Sundowns, he is in the final, and Matthews was never in the game. But Sundowns coach decided to miss opportunity of a goal, which I think he took a lot out of his confidence. Keeping players like Moran and Swan out of like that was never a good idea at all. His late suspension gave away him to Pyramid, and it was over already. He was never blamed from Sundowns technical team, you could see that they needed someone like wanted to inspire the boys and change the way they play and take off game pressure. All in all, is a lot that Sundowns coach must fix for their team to eventually play like they wanted to win that second half. Not taking anything away from Pyramids, they are playing well and that's part of football. But sometimes we must learn to accept defeat. It's a mistake of football, but at least player of Mshishi's caliber, when things go to difficulty, at least last 15 minutes would have done something to a lot of Sundowns players. Sundowns fans. Sundowns fans also believe that if Roland Mukwela was let go simply for failing to deliver the Champions League, then by the same fate, Standard Cardoso should face the same fate. He has credit for him. He stabilized the team at difficult times. He guided Sundowns out of a tricky group stage position and brought Mamelodi back to the side of Sundowns team that looked disjointed despite topping the league, but the mandate was to win the Champions League at a club like Sundowns with the resources and quality at your disposal. The expectation is to compete for and win every trophy. By falling short, particularly on the continental, that means objective wasn't met. And if the standard applied to Roland Mukwela was continentally success, then it must consistently apply to Cardoso. Cardoso took a charge at a turbulent time and brought much needed start and rhythm to a Sundowns side. The league appeared disjointed. He not only stabilized the team but guided them to defend their league title, breaking record in the process. Even that disjointed team 3 months into the season, it's only fair that he afforded opportunity to bring his own players, effort with his own shape team to his liking, although with the Club World Cup around the corner and the need for players to rest and recover, time will be limited. Having already spent a month with the squad, he won't be starting from the thing that seemingly increasingly is that One may no longer fit into Cardoso's vision. If the club retains his service, Dono could find himself on the prices going forward. Mamelodi Sundowns have every right to be frustrated, and it's time to allow them to speak their mind. Supporters are the boss and the headbeat of the club. Continentally, ignoring their concerns is not only disrespectful to the fans but to the legacy of Mamelodi Sundowns as a club. It's no surprise that Sundowns chairman always emphasized the importance of rallying behind the team. No fans should be silent or told how to express their opinion. Every supporter must be allowed that freedom to the end. Frustration, especially when they feel like the club values are taking their loyalty for granted. A major point of the pyramid defense that One is one make part of the decision to repeatedly bench one a player who remains a national asset and is still capable of performing at the highest level. One or two aim for a big place in the squad of Bafana upcoming African Cup of Nations in December, and also expected to be called by Bafana coach in September for the World Cup qualifier. His current situation at the club raises concerns about his match fitness and readiness of international duty. It appeared Cardoso may be saving one for the FIFA Club World Cup, which kick off this month, if I'm not mistaken. But to me, that was pure decision made less significant matches. However, for the Mamelodi Sundowns faithful, winning the CAF Champions League remains the ultimate priority, more than participating in the Club World Cup. Let's try again next year, brothers. We are all head broken. We are all wanted to see but until I saw one of my favorite football like this head eye Marcelo, Alain de Marcelo. One day you will smile, but at the same time, I still don't get it why players cry when they had 90 minutes They had 90 minutes to avoid being hurt. They must also admit they never came to the party. They made silly mistakes and were casual. I don't think they realized that they are playing one of the biggest games in their football career.
But don't tell no lie about me, and I won't tell truths about you.
F was 8, just for step on niggas. I know F was 8, just for step on niggas.